I always hear people say, oh, so and so did not get everlasting life. So and so is, burning in hell, or they went to heaven, or they went to Summerland. But a lot of people don't know what everlasting life actually means. Everlasting life is not heaven or hell. Everlasting life is you live on in the memories and the hearts of the people that you left behind. You live on forever, because let's say your grandmother passed. You tell your kids, and your kids just happen to be close to the grandmother, and when they grow up, they tell their kids about a grandmother that they were once close to. That's ever living life. That's exactly what that means. Ever living life is not spending eternity in a field of daisies or, floats on a cloud. Everlasting life is living on in the memory and the hearts of the people that you left behind. And the people that are left behind keep your memory alive by telling younger people in the family about you. And either it's good news about that person or bad news about that person, it doesn't matter. That person is still living on for eternity if you continue to talk about them, you continue to think about them, you continue to cry about them, you continue to even maybe feel guilty that they passed, or you may have feel guilty. You might start to think that it should have been me that died, or maybe I could have done more to keep this person alive. Or you might start to think, did I do enough to keep this person alive? You're still giving that person whose body is deceased alive by talking about them. That's what witches do when it comes to Samhain. On Samhain, we honor our ancestors, because we know that death is not the end. It's not the end if that person lives on in the hearts and the memories of those they left behind. That is what everlasting life is. What everlasting life is described in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam is false. The pagan idea is right. Everybody does that. Even consciously or unconsciously, everybody does that. Everybody has lost somebody that their death damn near broke them. Even a celebrity. Some people cry over celebrities, people they have never met before in their life. There are still people crying over Elvis, over Aaliyah, over John Lennon. But they're keeping them alive by, unfortunately, still mourning for them. They still listen to their music. It's the same thing with, everyday people. And everybody has happened, this has happened to everybody. As long as you continue to talk about them the same way that you used to when they were alive, they are still alive. They, of course, is not physically here, but their memory will always remain, especially if you pass down their legacy to your children, and your children pass it down to their children. You see how it just keeps going on and on and on and on? I'm getting emotional. Because I lost some people in my life that I was very close to, and I had to learn this the hard way. That is not what's taught in church. It's not. And I think that this video will bring a whole lot of peace to people. That if you keep that person's memory alive, if you continue to hold that person in your heart, then they do have eternal life. You don't have to think about them all of the time, but But as long as you still feel the way you did about them when they were alive, they're not really gone, are they? So I think that's something to really think about. And I think a lot of people here that follow me needs this message desperately, because death is not always easy to accept. Death is not always something that people want to talk about, but we have to talk about it because it is a part of life. And now, knowing what eternal life actually is, a lot of people are going to hell.